So I think of all the social medias, Pinterest is the most fun. Let's be honest. It's the one that probably no one really thinks to use for further business, which is what I can't believe. And people focus so much on social media and Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and YouTube. All of those, as we all know, can be pretty exhausting and tiring, and you never know if you're doing it right, and you never know if you're getting the engagement, and you never know if the algorithm's hitting just right. And it's like trying to know a formula that's constantly changing. Now, I think Pinterest is the best kept secret in social media, especially for photographers. Because if you think about Pinterest, what would Pinterest be without photos? Right? Like Pinterest is all about photos. It is all about the photography aspect. So it is just made for photographers. Well, here's my thing. I'm going to talk about Pinterest and we're going to say F the IG algorithm. Forget about TikTok and YouTube. Don't forget about Pinterest, really. Um, Pinterest is the easiest and again, most fun and least frustrating of all the social medias. And it's so easy to take huge advantage of Pinterest. So Pinterest is one of those things that's there, but people aren't really utilizing it as much as they should. And it's something that can just be supplementary to everything else you're doing, but can make the biggest difference. And you can control it a little bit more. Where with Instagram, you can go online and read everything you want, but you never really know if it's going to hit or if it's going to change a day from now, right? Where with Pinterest, it's been pretty consistent since it's been out and since it's been released, and it has its certain following and it does its certain thing, right? It's kind of like not in competition with the others in the same way. So the first thing we're going to talk about are the biggest advantages to Pinterest. Now, the biggest number one reason that this alone is a reason enough to start using Pinterest in your marketing campaigns, in your marketing systems, is that it grows over time. Where all the other social media, specifically Instagram, the minute you post, it starts to lose its value. So what this means is what you post now can continue to grow over time. So the earlier you post something and think about it, it actually has the chance to grow. Where with Instagram, you know what they say, if you don't post at the right time, if you post something at 10 p.m., chances are they're not going to see it because of your time and the algorithm and, you know, the time wasn't right. So it's going to start to like lose value. If you don't hit that perfect sweet spot, they can of course blow up, but at the same time, the chances of that happening are much more slim. Where with Pinterest, you can control how it grows and it continues to grow. So kind of like think about a car. When you buy a car, it loses value the minute you drive it off the lot, so they say, right? That's kind of like Instagram, right? And with Pinterest, it's like a house. It gains value over time. So the longer it lives in the Pinterest world, the more potential, the more chance it has to get pinned, which grows its visibility, okay? So of course, with IG, you have the chance of it catapulting you and going viral. But let's be honest, the chances of something going viral are pretty slim, especially if you're starting off and you don't have a ton of followers and you don't have a huge social media marketing campaign and you're not putting out Facebook ads and all those different aspects, right? Where with Pinterest, it's free, you put it out there, it's only going to help you to grow. Okay? And again, let's come back to Pinterest is all about images, right? So the three main benefits to Pinterest is number one, it is directly linked to Google. How often do you go online and you search something in Google and then it offers to go to images? And how often when you click on those images do they take you straight to a Pinterest page, right? Test it out. If you look up, for example, Mackinac Island's my place. If you look up Mackinac Island engagement, oftentimes it's going to take you in images to Pinterest boards. So the more pictures you have in Pinterest tagged for Mackinac Island engagements, the more likely those are going to be seen. And again, it grows over time. So the more visibility it gets, the more likely it's going to show up higher in Google, but it grows. So that is amazing. So, like, if you have someone going in and looking for wedding photos in a specific location, Pinterest is going to pull it up. Your blogs will, and other stuff too is SEO, but Pinterest, it's not going to pull up an Instagram page, right? Google and Pinterest like each other better than Google and Instagram do. So then, as I also mentioned earlier, Pinterest gets better with age, right? The longer it lives, the more it gets seen, the more it gets saved with different boards. So the trick is actually to think ahead. You want to think 6 months ahead, and that's what you're going to want to post on Pinterest. So for example, if you're looking at posting fall photos, start posting those fall photos 6 months before or a few months before, so that by the time fall hits, people are looking for fall images, but your pictures and your pins have already kind of circulated the web a little bit in order to grow, in order to be shown in front of those new people who are searching on Google or Pinterest for fall images. And how many couples and families, when they go for their photo shoots, go to Pinterest to create boards, whether it's for what they're wearing or what they want their pictures to look like, or backgrounds and poses. They're using Pinterest as a resource. And it's easy and it's fun. It's easy to add to your marketing strategy. You don't have to worry about the perfect timing. You don't have to worry about getting it just right, that one post. You can create multiple posts and multiple images. You can pin the same thing. You can do it anytime you want. You can do it at 3 in the morning, or you can do it at 3 in the afternoon. It's more about how far in advance and how often you can get people to your board, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So you no longer have to hit it just right. You can just throw it out there and see what happens. It's so much less pressure when there's so much other pressure in your business to be trying to get just so and just right. And it's fun. We all love a little Pinterest boarding, right? So now you can go do it for yourself. As you're out there and along the way pinning your own pictures, you can gain some knowledge from others. You can get some inspiration. You can have fun along the same way. You can engage with your peers and potential clients. You can see what they're posting. And again, because it grows, you have time that if you're seeing something, you're not, quote, too late. You didn't miss the mark, right? And since years are cyclical, right? If someone's searching fall photos, they're going to be searching fall photos this year and next year and the next year and the next year. So again, over time, those fall photos can grow, okay? Now, you know the what and you know the why, but now I want to talk about the how. Like, how can you actually utilize Pinterest in the best, easiest, simple way, and changes you can make literally today, because that's what I'm all about. I want to show you and teach you things that you can figure out immediately right away. First off, Pinterest, work smarter, not harder. Put Pinterest into your post-production system right away. For example, when you're going out and doing your image delivery, we all kind of do this. Most people, I think, when you're going through your images, you kind of know as you're delivering your image what your favorites are. Whether you deliver them as a sneak peek or whether you have them as a favorites folder for your clients to see, which I suggest doing a sneak peek or favorite folder, you've got those pictures picked. Just throw them up into Pinterest as you're doing it. Simple. You don't have to have it perfect. It's good to have some keywords and some searches and things like that, but like at the beginning, just get it out in Pinterest, right? Create a little board of your pictures on your page and put it up. Also, link the Pinterest to blogs you already have. That will also, not only does that get Google going with your Pinterest, it also circulates people back very easily to your website. They see a picture, they click, and it kind of takes them there, which builds your SEO, which builds your engagement. It's just all good icing on the cake. Okay, and you can also, when you're doing your blog, use all the pictures in your blog. Use your cover image. You can create multiple pins for the same thing. And it's not bad. Now, one of my favorite tools to use for Pinterest is Tailwind. It automates everything. And Tailwind is linked directly with Pinterest. Tailwind was created for Pinterest. They do other social media a little bit now, but really Tailwind in Pinterest was its main thing, which means it probably knows, Tailwind probably knows Pinterest better than anyone else in the game. I went to a conference and Pinterest was the sponsor and they were promoting Tailwind. which tells you something when Pinterest as a company is actually promoting Tailwind. And when you're using Tailwind, you can schedule it, and it's just a really easy way to get it out there and just do it. And it doesn't have to be much. 1 pin a week, 2 pins a week, 3 pins a week. Start slow and then just see how easy you can get it in. Or if you're going to batch, just do a bunch and schedule them, and you leave it, let it go. Another thing Tailwind has to offer is something called Smart Bio, which a lot of people don't necessarily know about because it's kind of like the link in bio in Instagram. And a lot of people will go and do Linktree. I personally like Smart Bio better because with Linktree, you can only do very little customization, and it only gives you those little links where we're photographers. We're trying to promote visual aesthetic, right? And with Smart Bio, you can do the links like Linktree does, but then it also has squares at the bottom that stay that you can promote visually, right? So if you have a visual that says how to rock your family portraits, and it has that written down and it has a family smiling, someone's going to be more likely to click that than they are a little button that says how to rock your family portraits, because it's got that visual attachment to it too. So I love Smart Bio for that, and that's included with Tailwind. Now, my final top 3 tips. So now we've talked about why and how, and now just some extra tips in order to gain engagement and grow your Pinterest account. Number 1, you want to make sure you have a business account, and you want to make sure it's on brand. So again, it's recognizable. When people go on, they're like, oh, this is Andreka's page, and you want to customize it to you. You want to make sure that your username and your bio are optimized, meaning it's searchable and it makes sense for who. One tip when it comes to how you can use your Pinterest in your business, and it makes all the difference. And it's so simple, and it's kind of a no-brainer. When a client books with you, as soon as they book with you, thank you so much for booking. I can't wait to be a part of your photo shoot. By the way, go to this board and send them to your Pinterest page or a specific Pinterest board and say, here are some of my photos. Please pin your favorites to create your own mood board for what you love and what you want your photos to look like. This is huge. Not only does it obviously get people pinning, and you're directing them directly to your page and asking them to pin these pins that are then going to grow over time, right? Also, you are getting them engaged. So it's a win-win-win for everybody, because they're going to feel like, wow, this person really cares about what I like, and they're helping guide me. And it's also going to give you a chance to say, you know, people go on Pinterest and pick photos, but they're picking photos that aren't your own, right? So you don't want a client going and picking someone who has a completely different style, or picking photos that are completely different than what their wedding looks like. For example, they're getting married on a beach, but they pick pictures of them on a golf course. That don't make sense. But if they go specifically to your page and they're picking yours, those are pictures you've already created. So it's already engaging them in your specific style and getting them excited about your specific style while totally building your Pinterest engagement. It is a huge win-win-win. Okay, so that is the deal with all the Pinterest. And as I was putting this all together, I realized there's so much more to Pinterest. All of the things about how to get it started and how to do your daily methods. And it will change your social media game and make you less stressed. In a week, you can make a difference and just feel like, okay, I feel like I'm doing what I need to be doing. Because again, you look around and social media is full of comparison games, right? You're looking at all these other things going, they've got their shit together. They're doing so much. They have so many followers. I don't know how they do it. Why can't I do this? And if you get those little wins, and that's what this course will help you do, those little wins help you grow and feel confident in all these different areas, which the more confident you are, whether it's in social media or your business or clients or pricing, it helps you sell yourself more because you believe in yourself. Thanks, friends.